Rose Hill Cemetery, Matawan, New Jersey. Very interesting place. It's a place that we have filmed many times here on Ghosts on the Coast if you look at our past seasons. But today, in addition to some investigating, we are actually going to talk about some of the legends associated with this place, and there are quite a lot. People always ask, when I go around, especially this time of year, lecturing on haunted locations in New Jersey, and I include Rose Hill Cemetery as the only cemetery that I really talk about. And people always say, well, why would a cemetery be haunted? And that's a very good question. Most cemeteries are not haunted. I mean, there'd be no reason for a cemetery to be haunted because no one actually died there. I mean, we are surrounded by the dead, but, you know, as most people believe, whether you're religious or not, you know, once you die, the body doesn't really mean anything. It's just buried in that set. So why would a cemetery be haunted? Rose Hill, though, is the exception to the rule. We've filmed here many times. We haven't really gotten much, yet there are so many stories that persist about how haunted this place is. If you go online, you'll read some crazy stories. I have a friend that's involved with the Historical Society here, and he says the wild things people get up to here. And they must persist for a reason. Granted, you know, people make stuff up, people exaggerate, and some people just see something and they truly believe what they saw was paranormal. But there is something about this place. When we've investigated, we have gotten some voices to come through. There's a lot going on here at Rose Hill. It's more than your average cemetery. It's located right in the middle of a residential area, yet it is very isolated. Like right now, you can hear maybe a couple cars in the background, but you're standing here looking around and it's like you're all alone. So I've always been drawn to that aspect of Rose Hill, especially over here, the area built into the hillside. But anyway, Rose Hill was originally, according to not just folklore but actual history, that this was an Indian burial ground at one point. And when the white settlers came, they continued using this area as a cemetery. So you could say that the disturbance possibly of the Indian burial ground caused whatever spirits there are here to maybe be agitated. There's some pirate history as well. Captain Kidd, when he would navigate the waters in Matawan and nearby Cliffwood Beach, this area was one of the highest points visible from where he used to sail. And at the top of this hill here, actually, if we continue walking, the top of the hill as it winds around, supposedly there was this enormous tree that was bigger than the rest of them. And he would use that as a navigational marker when he was sailing, so he would know where exactly he was. There are other stories that suggest perhaps there is treasure of some kind buried here. There's no way to prove that, and if there was treasure here, I mean, it's never going to be found because, hey, you can't just dig up a cemetery. We have a victim of the 1916 New Jersey shark attacks buried here. His name is Lester Stillwell. His grave is actually down that way and up a little bit. There is a story that if you take a picture of his grave, the picture will come out blurry. I have many pictures of that grave and they're all clear, so that doesn't really hold up. But there is something here. I'm not psychic at all, but you come here, you bring people here, and they walk around and there's just this feeling that you're being watched. I can't really explain it. Maybe it's just mind over matter. You know, you're in this cemetery, it's creepy, so of course you would feel that way. I don't know. But you look at the history, there's a pirate connection, there's Revolutionary War soldiers buried here, Civil War soldiers, still an active cemetery. I mean, there's new graves here as well. The Indian burial ground aspect, of course. And I mean, you have set the stage for a place that could very well be haunted. As I've said, we filmed, I don't know, it's probably 10 episodes or so on our channel here. And aside from some spirit box voices, we really didn't get much. And today we're going to try a little bit of filming after this video. But just wanted to talk about the legends for a change, because usually we just come here and investigate. We never dedicated an episode to actual stories. Come check this place out during the daytime. We do not encourage any nighttime anything. I mean, there are no trespassing signs, but this is a cemetery, so you know, you're allowed to visit. and just, try to come like close to sunset, when the sun is going down. It's really atmospheric here, really creepy. And if you're trying to find the location, put in the address for Ravine Drive Elementary School and just continue. If Ravine Drive is on your left, just continue on for about half a mile and it will be on your right. There's no address for this place, so just put in the address for the school. Anyway, it's a beautiful fall day, the day before Halloween. The leaves are starting to turn. It's the perfect day to be walking around the cemetery exploring. So I invite you all to come and check this place out. For now, Greg Caggiano for Ghosts on the Coast. We will see you next time.